we're bottling the Imperial Stout. Not only is it bottling day, this is a Sunday night, and I've left this way too late, but I'm also kegging a beer over there. So it's all happening tonight, but I need to get this done because that beer there, I need it in the fridge and carbonated for the weekend. We've got a bit of a get together with the family this weekend coming. So it needs to be all, it should be half carved up anyway, so I think a week condition should do well. But because it's going into the Keezer, I need to get the Imperial Stout bottled up tonight. We have an issue, which is, I was going to show you and then I'll just, no, because I'm using the gas over there, but basically we've got a little tiny hole underneath the keg post, so it won't hold gas. Now this is the spare keg, this is a 6 keg that's only ever filled with star san, and I only use that one because it's ball lock and the rest of them are all pin lock. So it seems to have, I don't know if it's been like this the whole time or what, but because I never leave the gas in with the star san because I don't want carbonated star san, obviously it's foamy enough. So yeah, so that then gives me a problem because the plan was to bottle off the eye top, but I still need to get it out of the keg. So instead of just transferring it to another keg, which I was thinking about doing, but then I need to get that beer sorted and I don't have enough space, we're going to try and bottle on the eye top. This is mad. We're going to try and bottle condition. We're going to sugar the bottles and then bottle them on the eye top. That's the plan. I obviously, the last time I bottled anything, it was a bit of a disaster. We got through it in the end though, and all the bottles were good. So I thought I may as well just do a video now because I don't have any. I wasn't brewing or nothing this weekend. I'm not going to be brewing probably until maybe next Sunday, or the week after that. So I've really got nothing going on. So yeah, I don't know how this is going to end. It might be good, it might be bad, but you know, we will try and capture everything. I'm going to have a couple of drinks and we'll have a bit of a chat, and you can keep me company tonight because I'm going to be in here for the next couple of hours. Okay, I'm just going through the last of the bottles. Okay, I've got about 16 litres what went into the fermenter in the first place, so I'm not sure exactly how much is in the keg because then obviously transferred into the keg. So I think that should be enough bottles. So I'm trying to use a lot of these bottles. These are like old plastic bottles I have, but they're they're not the screw cap. They're the bottle caps, whatever they're called. I don't know. Those. So I'm trying to get rid of a few of those, and I don't have very many small bottles. I've got a load of these, like your classic Belgian type of bottle, you know, the little stubby ones. So I've got those as well. I'm gonna have to get rid of the supply. I've only got one of the normal ones, and then some bottles like this. So I've been looking at this. Have you seen these ones here? So see the way, now this is like an American, I think this is an American 355 8-ounce bottle. Is it an 8-ounce bottle? Yeah, something like that. But yeah, the little caps don't fit into the eye top, which is a real pain. So what would you see? Actually, I'll show you. So we've got our capper on. Put it in there. We'll turn it round. The bottle, it won't lock. See the way? So there's a bit of space, so it all pisses out. You can't get a good connection on it, so that's a bit of a pain. Right, so I can use those bottles, but I can't use them with the eye tab, obviously. So the whole point of the eye tab is so we don't have the bottle with like a siphon and whatnot. So that might just end up going into the recycling. And I've noticed a lot of the normal bottles, the normal beer bottles you get. I've started doing that, and I don't know whether this is a thing to like save weight or something. You know, it's some kind of cost saving thing. But yeah, Guinness. Well, regularly get them little bottles. I've started buying them in cans now just because I don't want these bottles. But yeah, they're the same. It won't fit. Can't use them. So we've got a gathering this weekend, so I've got a load of crappy beer in. That's the same. Carlsberg, no good. And these are all small bottles I could use. They're all kind of 330 mils, aren't they? So they're the perfect size. I mean, who's buying a 3.8% beer in 330 ml bottles? I mean, what is wrong with people? What's that one? Copperberg cider. It's the same crappy little top. What's going on? Now, one thing I did notice is that I've got a load of cans in as well. But yeah, so that is Rockshore. That's like an Irish version, maybe Guinness, an Irish version of like Coors Light, I think, is what they were going for. It's got the good bottle tops on, so they are being kept. They're not being drunk, but they are being kept. They say they're not being drunk, but we went through the same thing last year, and this is when I discovered, I think it was Bud Light, was it? Because someone had left Bud Light. And yeah, and that's the perfect hangover beer. Cures the hangover, doesn't get you drunk. Perfect. It's possessed, look. You know what that is? It's because the top of the dip tube is above the water line and it's sucking the CO2, so just get a little magnet, keep pulling it down, and that's what sorts it. Okay, update on the kegging. You can see that can you see that? The condensation line is almost up to that point of no return, so we need to get that off. I shall have a little drink of that beer as well too, in a minute. Okay, the good thing about these long leads is that I can do stuff like this. Let's get that burped. This is the one I just kegged. Get it burped, get it in, get it disconnected. So the stout is in this one here. Okay, so whenever we finish with that one, this one comes in. So that might just show you what the issue is here. So I always put, this is the problem with this, because it all looks the same when you're, especially when you're drunk. These ball locks. I don't know how you people do this. So I put the grey there just to remind me which is which. Okay, that's it there. Load of gas in. I'd love to know when this happened. Okay, look, you see it? That's the problem. So I'm not sure, is that fixable for number one? If it's not fixable, it doesn't really matter, as I say, as I don't use the 6th keg for anything other than Star San normally. The bottles are there, kegs there, I top up there, and the capper is there. Now obviously I need this capper for those plastic bottles, otherwise it'll fall apart. That is from the Firmzilla in there. That is going into the keezer. That's what I normally do. I'll clean it out. I'll use that for taking gravity readings, etc. Transferring, and then that goes into the keezer. So let's get one off it first. In fact, let's get one off it so we can taste what it's actually like. That would be an idea. So the way I normally work this is that I will clean the beer lines. It's going in there. And then when this is afterwards, I'll clean it and I'll put a bit of cellophane over the top of it. Like shrink wrap, whatever you want to call it. And then that keeps all the nasty stuff out. And then we'll run Star San through it before we start, which I've just done. So I think we're ready to go. Okay, I just connected it up and I realised that the top was still down, and now there's like Imperial Stout all over here. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, can you see that? I don't know. I'm gonna get a sample in this jam jar. Now I haven't connected it up to the gas yet. This is just from the gas I was putting into. It's just to show you. It's all over the back wall. Oh, for God's sake. Never painted in white. I mean, the white's good because it brightens the place up, but you know. Okay, so there we go. This is, I've never actually tasted this since the last gravity reading. So it has been sitting on bourbon, oak, and chocolate. There's chocolate in there as well. So Looks thick. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells like oaky, bourbony chocolate. Surprisingly. So it's a bit like KBS. It's not a KBS, but it's a bit like it. Oh, it's ever so smooth and tasty. Okay, this could be a good one. It certainly tastes good. Yes. The man from Del Monte, he says yes. Okay, let's go. If all stuff's in shadows, I am only apologise for that because the lights are all over on that side apart from the one above. So let's try and get one off, shall we? So we will start with let's start with the plastic bottles first, okay? So it's just this one. There's two different settings. One has got this kind of stainless steel bit. One's just plastic. That's plastic for plastic, metal for metal. Metal for glass, sorry, I should say. Okay. Does anyone still use these things, by the way? These are with a crown cap, plastic bottles. I haven't seen any in a long time. And I've sent most of mine out. Okay, we've hit upon a problem in that they won't fit onto this. So there we go. That's the second up. Okay, forget plastic bottles then, let's go straight to glass. Okay, so we'll start with our dumpy ones. We're gonna have to go into like 500ml bottles after these are finished, so oh well. So then that goes in there. I want to check that one again, but I'm not going to. Don't have time. Okay. And then the gas is on. So the way I have it hooked up, the gas is a dual connector. One is going into there and the other one is going into a big long wire. Now it's not connected to the thing yet, but we'll see what we can get out of it first. Okay, it's going already. Okay, we're rocking and rolling. Going pretty quickly. This is good. Got a fermenter, no fermenter down here just to catch any drips or anything like that. Tell you what I haven't actually got. Well, we're not going to have any foaming though, because there's like a siphon tube that goes into the back. But because this is flat, then we're not going to get that, aren't we? So I don't need it. We need to remember to leave a little bit at the top, because these are obviously going to be naturally carbonated. Okay, we're getting close to the top. Let's stop it there. Let's get the cap on that. Caps are over here in a bucket of Star San. That's the first one. The thing I love about the Firmzilla is that you can, like, you don't have to throw away the last pint or two. Coming up to the very end of this. Oh, for God's sake. We got through all those small bottles. We're now on to the big ones. So hopefully I have enough here, because I only, obviously with all those plastic bottles I did, I was thinking they would fit. I never tested them. So yeah, what am I going to do with them? Who knows? So yeah, the Firmzilla then. So obviously it's going to be carbonated. This is the beauty of it. So I can actually I might start trying to make a little bit more, because I'm up to like 22 litres normally. So there's usually a pint or two I get out of it. And it's perfectly ready to go. So I don't know, I think it's like 30 litres, is it? That's the max you can put in that, so 10 litres, just drinking away at it, already fermented. Excellent. Already fermented and kegged. Oh! Wowee. That's tasting pretty good. That's tasting pretty fresh. All I'm saying is the project name for this is Super Talus Goes Ballistic. It is going ballistic. Superb. Pink grapefruit. Pink grapefruit all over that. Absolutely amazing. And I used that clipper yeast, the Cross My Loaf New England IPA yeast. I mean, this is going surprisingly well, considering I thought it was going to be a disaster trying to keg and bottle at the same time, but it's going surprisingly well. Obviously, if you ignore the bit at the start, where it exploded everywhere. Okay, it's getting a bit stressful now. I've had to sanitize more bottles, because it was obviously going to run out. And yeah, trying to do that, watch that as it's going. It's caught me out twice now, to the point where, because I don't have the siphon in the background, it just basically shoots off the back and drops down into that, and it's all around the back and everything, and yeah, it's not good. I also made the mistake of trying to comment on a video when I was watching it, and then I got caught out with that again. So no comments, that's it. No, forget it. Even though I really want to, no comments tonight. Maybe later on when this is all done and dusted. It does stink of Imperial Stout in here, like, to be fair. So I'm making a little collection in the jam jar of all the extras, and then we'll knock it back in one later on. Oh, doesn't sound good. Let's do that properly. That's not right. Oh, it's because that's open. See, the drink's hitting me. I can't see when I drink. I can't do anything else. Yeah, so this is going down nicely. It's just so stupidly easy to drink. So the question is, next weekend at the big family shindig, are people going to prefer to drink that or that crappy beer that I showed you earlier on? My money is on that crappy beer. Definitely. It's just trying to get them, if you can just get them to taste it, there'll not be any competition, right? But trying to get them to taste it in the first place. Oh, and hazy beers as well too. Oh my god. People that only drink lager trying hazy beers. Are you serious? Okay, we're still bottling here somehow. We're still bottling. There's still life left in this keg. Found some small bottles as well too. Unfortunately, there's been a bit of an accident down there. Okay, it's 11 o'clock at night and the keg of Never Ending Imperial Stout is still bloody pouring. When is this gonna kick? Got a right few over there. We've had another mess up with where I'm like trying to watch a video, trying to do that, and then I looked that way, it was filling up at the top, and then the video said something. I actually got a shout out on one of the videos. I'm like, what was that? It was like, next thing up was pishing out, and just, oh my god. When is this keg gonna kick? When is this keg gonna kick? So I have to respond now to the video, even though I said no comments.
Braggy back, that is you.
I'm cursed.
Oh, Tom Jones. No thanks to shout out, right enough. No comments, so I'm sorry I can't comment. I'm very busy here, as you can see.
I have to edit this video. This is going to be about half an hour long.
Okay, this is something I must have done with my big fat fingers, so put it onto like time-lapse mode or something. Basically, I've got 35 bottles and I'm putting in half a teaspoon of sugar into them. Slightly less for the smaller bottles, obviously. They're going to sit in here until they're carbonated, and then I'm going to put them in a box, bring them into the house where it's a bit cooler, and they can sit in here all summer.
10 to 12. So that took a while. That was a lot. Trying to bottle on keg at the same time. But it needed to be done. So we got our last bottle as well too. So it crapped out when I was about there. So they then topped it up. This is why it's got a different colour cap. With the stuff that was in that. So let's give it one last taste and then we'll knock this on the head. Oh, that is tasting good. Chocolate, the oak, a bit of the bourbon, it's all in there. So yeah, so I'm gonna taste that. I'm obviously gonna, the one of the black cap, I'll be drinking that as soon as it's carbonated. The rest of them can wait. I'll try and keep them as long as possible, but we'll have to wait and see. But the aim is to try and keep it for Christmas, but let's see if that actually happens or not. I don't know. So that's it. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I'll see you next week.